On yesterday's show, you heard from Alan Richardson, organic and regenerative farmer down there in West Otago. We talked about premiums for organic products. Something he was getting a good premium on was his wool. And as fate would have it, up to the batter's box today on The Country is Pele Pedersen from PGG Wrightson Wool. And I think you're the guy who gives him the premium for his organic wool. Is this right across the board? How much of a premium can I get if I go organic? Good afternoon, by the way.
Yeah, hi Jamie. Yes, you are correct. We are probably the one and only organic wool exporter in the country. We worked on it for probably 10 years, and we have a very good customer in America who's prepared to, who's established a bedding market for organic products. And we are currently paying, at the moment for this coming season, we're offering $5.50 for second tiers, $3.50 for bellies and pieces, and $7 for lamb's wool. So we're probably talking at least a $3 premium on conventional wool.
Yeah, because conventional wool, unfortunately, especially the strong crossbred stuff, isn't worth much at the moment. We've had a record wet July, almost right around the country. It's been a real nightmare for pre-lamb shearing. I know that Alan, for instance, yesterday said that it took him 3 weeks to get the job done on his place, just to get sheep dry. I'm imagining you're getting some colour or discolouring issues with that?
We're sort of expecting it to start coming in. Right now, what we've seen so far has been okay, but that was probably shorn before the big rain started. So there's certainly some concern going forward that the amount of good colour wool is going to be less than normal. And I think we saw that in the auction last South Island, that there's a Rockland Station, beautiful, well-prepared crossbred fleece wool. All the buyers were climbing all over it and paying big premiums, partly because there are a few customers that are prepared to pay that premium, but also probably a bit of panic about how much of that is going to be around this year.
One of the big dilemmas facing farmers, and I know this from back in the day when I was on the end of the handpiece and even before that and when I was a Rousey, is that, you know, if you're not getting paid much for your wool, you take less care of it. In fact, a lot of farmers are just kicking it over the edge of the board straight into the bale. Yeah.
And they do get punished for it in the auction room. And so it's at times where prices are low and demand is low, buyers are more selective and prepared to pay the extra for the well-prepared clips. So I know it's hard to convince farmers to get the shearers to put that shed hand in there when what they're going to get is not going to cover it. But if it's going to improve your price by 50 cents a kilo or so, it's still worth doing.
You're just back from a trip to Europe. I think it's your first venture since COVID. What are we looking for in the next 12 months? Is there any light at the end of the tunnel for the strong wool market? Because I know that, for instance, fine wool is looking quite good.
Fine wool is looking extremely good. I did spend a week in Italy and went and saw one of the big old iconic weavers, and they are expecting a record year volume-wise. So fine wool is looking good. Crossbred in certain areas was going really well, but they are now, with consumer confidence and inflation running at 7 to 10% across the world, my customers in Europe for crossbred are expecting to see a bit of a slowdown, purely because consumers are not going to have the discretionary spending. But having said that, I mean, China is starting to take a bit more than they were at the start of last season, so they're sort of coming back towards normal levels. So it's not all bad. And hopefully with the general slowdown and inflation, that might take the pressure off some of the shipping costs that we've seen, because that has been quite extreme in the last 12 months. So hopefully that might ease some of that pressure.
I think you're right there. We are hearing anecdotally anyhow that shipping costs are coming down, and we know that the price of fuel's also coming down. So fingers crossed on that front. Hey, Pele Pedersen from PGG Wrightson Wool, thanks for the monthly update. Appreciate your time.
No worries at all. Can I just say one more thing? Our organics, we have got a very exciting visit coming in October from a European luxury brand, and they are looking for merino growers who are interested in long-term relationships and heading down the organic track. So if that sounds of interest to anyone, do get in touch.
Oh, I know some high-profile merino wool growers, organic growers, regenerative growers up near Lake Hauia. I might pass their phone number on to you, Pele. Thank you very much for your
Good
time.
idea. Thanks, Jamie.